4:10 and there were two almighty explosions. There'd been airstrikes and shelling pretty much all day. This was close.
Can you just tell me where it was? Was it in the Al-Dira?
No, on the beach.
Okay, there've been two very, very loud bangs just within a minute of each other there, just across from our hotel. We think it's on the beach, which is where the fishermen are going out from.
Israeli shells had hit a groin used by Gaza City's fishermen. Many of their boats have already been targeted and sunk. People emptied out onto the previously deserted street and rushed to help. The beachside terrace of the Al-Dira Hotel transformed into a makeshift triage centre. Foreign journalists attending to 3 children, 2 wounded, 1 in shock. Today, the Israeli Defense Force has again released footage purporting to show airstrikes aborted due to the proximity of children and other civilians. But for all their boasts of humanitarian bombing, children and civilians comprise the vast majority of the 200 killed and 1,400 injured here in just 9 days. It was then we learned that a third shell had killed 4 children minutes later, just down the beach. 2 still grabs from CCTV appear to show the 4 boys playing football, and then the shell strikes. Israel's pledge had been to hit Hamas hard. At 1:30 a.m., 3 missiles from an F-16 slammed into the Gaza City home of Hamas super strongman Mahmoud Zahar. In all, 4 Hamas leaders' homes were destroyed overnight. None of them was killed. The debris here, now a dystopian children's playground. Shortly after dawn, an Israeli aircraft dropped leaflets on 3 neighborhoods. All were close to the Israeli border. One was in Shajia, a district in the east of Gaza City.
And here is one of those leaflets. The translation from the Arabic goes, "For your own safety, we request that you vacate your residence immediately. The Israeli Defense Force does not wish to harm you or your family. Those who disregard these instructions endanger their own lives and those of their families." Now, Hamas got on the local radio straight away and said, "Don't believe it, don't move, it's propaganda. The Israelis simply want you to move out so that they can move in."
The residents of Shajia were not impressed. This man said he couldn't read. "Where can we go?" this man asks. "We can't go. Where are we meant to go?" Just down the road, the Wafa hospital, which specializes in brain and spinal injuries, had been hit by an Israeli shell or drone strike at 3:30 this morning. Out of the aperture punched through the wall by the munition, you look across no man's land to the Israeli border half a mile away. Some speculate that the hospital was hit to deter observation of Israeli infantry positions. They're firing tank shells across this border every few seconds now, and there have been 5 missile strikes nearby in the short time that we have been here. The Israelis have now hijacked the local Al-Aqsa radio station and warned residents of the area that we're in right now to move. After midnight last night, patients were evacuated from wards to a ground floor corridor. Hospital officials insist that the Israeli Defense Force had assured them by telephone that the hospital would not be targeted. Yusra is 23. She's been in a coma for 14 years. Alia has suffered a severe stroke. Then I met Aya. She's 16 and has a spinal tumor. She's paralyzed from the waist down.
I felt fear, terror. None of us was able to sleep after that. But we're still here, thank God.
I was talking to a senior nurse when we were interrupted by the roar of outgoing rockets firing into Israel.
They want to say that it is for shooting. It is not for shooting.
We started our interview again.
If Al-Wafa is destroyed, nobody will deal with those people, and we will lose every year about 200 to 300 people because nobody will deal with them. This is coming missile.
That's an incoming.
Coming missile, not.
I think we should go.
Yeah. Okay.
This evening, the 4 boys killed just down the beach were laid out in the Abu Hasira mosque. The imam was agitated. He said, "Our battle with the enemy will never end." He reassured the parents that their boys were now in paradise. But as a large and sombre crowd accompanied the little bodies to their beachside burial, the cries of "God is great" and "God loves children" concealed a deep and seething anger.